I'm the best kind.
No, Jesus grants wishes.
No, he doesn't. He's just a miracle worker.
Yeah, and the miracles are wishes.
Anyway, hello everyone, and welcome to the show.
All right, I need to clarify that I can barely hear you.
Really?
Yeah, I'm on.
How about now?
Hold on. Is there like a speaker option on this?
There should be.
Okay, fucking hell. Bumbleclot.
We're trying a new thing this week. We're doing it on Discord.
Okay, voice settings. There we go.
Hold on. Let me see for you, because I'm doing this whole shit through like OBS.
Oh.
So I don't technically have to do any editing this week. Hooray!
What?
I don't have to do any editing this week because I'm using OBS to record you, myself, and the source is just like the image we always use, so I don't have to do any editing.
I mean, I could just yell a bunch of stuff that you would have to edit out at random times and force you to edit.
Damn it. Please don't.
I'll just yell out your address.
No. I would love like you somehow forget it and say the wrong one.
I'm thinking about it right now. Fuck.
No. Wait, what?
I'm trying to remember your address.
Oh shit. So how you been, Pat?
Pretty good. I'm sorry, you're still low as fuck, and I'm trying to find a speaker option.
Hold on. Let me see for you if this is any better. Where the fuck is this? How about now? Is that better?
Not really.
No? Let me see.
I turned off noise suppression. I'm not sure if that fixed anything. I don't think it did.
No idea. I think that's just supposed to check your thing. What if I put my microphone underneath my mouth like this? I'm about to say, if it's your fucking
times like this, I wish I owned a pair of headphones.
Yeah, definitely. Are you on all the way?
Huh?
Like your volume's all the way up and stuff?
Yeah, my volume's all the way up, dude.
Weird. Let's see. I'm trying to see through my settings if I can do anything. I don't know if stereo mix will do anything, but you can at least understand what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Close the door so your roommate doesn't hear, and there'd be more silence.
I'm in the living room, first of all.
That's also probably why.
So.
Anyway, so I have usual, or I guess what the show has turned into, a bunch of articles, but I also have two other topics that we could just talk about since they're the biggest things that happened in the internet so far. Well, as of recent.
Okay.
Do you know? Okay, so if anything, we can just start with that. I think. Do you know anything about either the Pro Jared Do you know anything about the Pro Jared scandal or the whole James Charles thing that's going on right now?
I know it exists. I don't know what it's about.
About either, or?
I know nothing about either, basically.
Okay. So, do you want to do James Charles, which technically has an update today? Or do you want to do Pro Jared?
Let's do James Charles.
Okay. So
that's one of my name.
Yeah, from my understanding, so for those that don't know, one of the biggest YouTubers right now is James.
We did it. I found it. You're loud now.
Oh, hooray. So, for those that don't know, James Charles is one of the biggest YouTubers, is a beauty guru, and he got into a lot of trouble because he's been... It's a mix of things. He's been destroying relationships/friendships, and there are a couple other things. So, I think it started with Coachella, even though there were a couple other things that happened before that. But one of the bigger things happened at Coachella where apparently he had a security thing and he was having trouble to get in, but then supposedly this company called Sugar Bear helped him out and got him in. So as a supposed thank you, he started shouting them out. These supposed pills that help with sleep and anxiety, and even though they're usually a hair care product pill thing, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And you would think, oh, okay, so he's just returning the favor. But in the top left corner of his thing, there's hashtag ad, meaning that he got paid to do this.
Oh, okay.
And he has a best friend, Tati. I forget her last name, but she kind of literally made his career. Like, she had her own thing, and while he was on the come up, she started like featuring him in his videos, and then he blew up, and he basically like outgrew her in popularity and all that.
Gotcha.
And she had a similar product. So when he started, what happened?
The pill shit, yeah.
Yeah, she had a similar product, and supposedly, I think it was that she also was trying to like get him like, you know, that she would have paid him to promote her product as well, but for some reason he just didn't. And then so she took him promoting Sugar Bear shit as a sign of disrespect and like, oh, this is fucked up and da 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 da.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I'd probably feel the same shit. Yeah.
No, totally. But that's not all. Supposedly at Coachella, he was talking to this guy who was supposedly bi-curious, but he wasn't really sure. And then they started spending time together. And long story short, there was supposedly some things that were... There were DMs, and then it basically was like, oh, so James was kind of forcing things to happen, and he was like, yo, so like I wasn't sure, I was bi-curious, but that doesn't mean that I wanted to do shit with you. And a whole bunch of other shit. Then there's another accusation from another guy where James is forcing himself on the other guys, well, straight men / bi-curious men. And now, so like that in and of itself is fucked up and all that stuff. And like supposedly what Toddy brought up was that he always had like this kind of like I'm better than you mentality. Mind you, the dude currently is what, 19 years old. And what's it called? Supposedly at a dinner that they had, like it was her birthday dinner. She was with childhood friends and I think family. And he was saying that he wanted to do a bunch of sexual shit with the waiter. And Tati was like, wait, this dude is straight. Like, what are you doing? He's like, it doesn't matter. I'm a celebrity.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's some straight Trump shit right there.
Yeah. And
I mean, I should say that's some gay Trump shit right there. Okay, I'll stop.
But, so yeah, and this happened over the course of like a few days ago / a couple weeks ago. And I think it was that like the moment that all this controversy and like all this whole scandal started happening was like James was at 16 million subscribers, then he dropped down to like I think 12 million.
Man, I want to drop down to 12 million anything.
But now today, even though I just heard it's Jeffree Star, who's another beauty guru, I think.
Yeah, Jeffree Star's been on some shit, but yeah. Continue.
Yeah, but now he was on like, oh, James Charles is a predator, and you know he's a danger to people in general, and da da da. But he was also doing that type of shit when he was also 19.
Yeah, Jeffree Star's also been like doing that kind of shit. That's
apparently he also has a song called Straight Men. Like I literally watched like an I'm Alex video that he posted today. Let me just search it for you real quick. Jeffree Star, what the fuck was it called? Straight Boys or Straight Men Lyrics or whatever this was called. Straight Boys, that's what it's called. So the chorus, straight boys, where you at? I'm a boyfriend kleptomaniac. Straight boys, where you at?
Yeah, I'm done. That's
Verse 1, I want a boy with juicy lips who doesn't care I don't have tits.
Then get a gay guy or a bi guy.
But he wants a straight boy. Which, you know, in and of itself defeats the purpose because he's straight, so he's not going to want you.
No, but there's a whole thing of, like, wanting to tempt someone from the other side onto, you know, your
you
preference.
Mean, like, make him bi or make him gay?
Yeah, I made him gay. Mm-hmm.
That's kind of also what goes hand in hand with the whole James Charles thing is because, like, he was like, oh, but, like, supposedly he's turned out straight guys into like bi.
Oh wow, yeah, that there probably means they're already bi then.
Yeah. Like one of the more fucked up things about this is that there, when people are getting into controversies, there's sometimes the off chance that people are gonna make up accusations and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And there was one that came out where it was on Twitter that someone made an account. I think it was the same day that they started coming up with these accusations, and they were coming from the perspective of a friend that was sexually assaulted, quote unquote, by James Charles, saying that they went to high school with them, and excuse me, same thing, like they coerced them and was like, oh, no, this is, we're doing a whole thing, but turns out the whole shit was false. They even tried like putting up fake Photoshop images.
Mm-hmm. Oh jeez.
Yeah. And like the person that made the account was like, well, I'm a friend of the person that was abused, but I was also raped, and I also was struggling with this. And being that he's being outed right now, I feel that this story should also come to light. And after they were found out that it was fake, they even admitted to faking the Photoshop.
Bruh.
And apparently, when that came out, the person that was making all these fake accusations deleted that fake Photoshop and then uploaded another fake Photoshop that was quote unquote more believable.
Are you dead ass?
Yeah.
Nigga said, nah, we gonna try this again, bruh.
Yeah, so that's really shitty after like you were even found out that this was fake. Do we know if that person was also legitimately sexually assaulted? We don't know. But the quote-unquote accusation against James Charles, we know that shit is fake.
Okay. Huh.
So, yeah. And it was funny because like Jeffree Star was supposedly doing like this whole celebrating James Charles' downfall, which even still at 12 million subscribers, he still kind of has a career.
Yeah.
But you know who doesn't have a career anymore?
Who?
Pro Jared.
That was a nice segue, Walter. I'm very proud of you.
It was one of the best ones I've ever done. So
it turned me on.
Yay. But Pro Jared was a gaming YouTuber.
Mm-hmm.
One that I unfortunately was kind of following within a few years, which is weird because like I knew of him, but I didn't really watch his stuff unless like I knew about whatever game he was reviewing.
Mm-hmm.
The only times I ever saw him in things that I actually watched were like Normal Boots, since he's was a part of that channel. But what happened was earlier this week, if not last week, he announced that he was divorcing his wife on Twitter.
Wow, it's a shitty way to
stating that he cares about her happiness and that her mental health is his number one priority and da-da-da-da. But his wife didn't know that.
Bruh.
Because he blocked her before that he posted that tweet.
Dead ass?
Yeah. And she was like, yeah. So then she starts bringing up, all the things that happened during their marriage, where he would not basically allow her within his friend group. He would gaslight her. He would make her out to be this woman that's always angry, but it's because he's always manipulating her and all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah. And she found out then that he was fucking this other girl who is the ex-wife of another gaming YouTuber on the low for the past several months. I think it was after that this other woman got divorced, Holly Conrad.
Uh-huh.
For those that don't know, she was the ex-wife to Ross O'Donovan, aka Rubber Ninja, who's a gamer slash animator. And I felt bad because like when I remember when I randomly found out that he got divorced, I was like, oh shit, that sucks, but shit happens in life.
Yeah.
And when I remember, like, I think it was like either a day or two when this whole thing happened, I went on his Twitter to see if he had any commentary on it, and luckily he didn't. Well, he kind of did. He was like, okay, so I know that people want my opinion, but I choose to stay out of this matter since she's already my ex-wife, and this technically has nothing to do with me. And then what he did was like he alluded to like something that he wanted to promote. He's like, since I have your attention anyway, and he was promoting, I think, like this I think it was a startup game thing. Let me make sure real quick. I'll just go on his page. Where is it? Where is he, Mr. Ross Boy? I'm on his page. I just gotta scroll through a little bit. But what do you think of this situation so far?
Well, so far, dude sounds like an ass.
Yeah, and unfortunately, that's not the only thing that he was doing.
Oh boy.
But before we get into that, this is the tweet that he put out. Thanks for the kind words. Please understand I'd rather not get involved. I've long since moved on / have a new life at this point. It has nothing to do with me. Rather not deal with this. Thanks for understanding. I just want to continue making art and helping others do the same. Because I know this is going to blow up due to the nature of drama online, I want to play you all by instead talking about my favorite animated series on YouTube, Tales of Eletherion, I think. If you've never heard of it, please keep reading. And then he goes on promoting this smaller creation.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay, cool. So he's using, like, making a positive out of, like, a negative thing.
Yeah.
But aside from, him shittily divorcing his wife on Twitter, it came out that he was soliciting nudes and sending nudes to fans.
Oh shit.
Through a supposed secondary Tumblr account.
I mean, wait, were these like underage fans?
Most of them were above age, but within the last, I think, 24 to 48 hours, it has come out that there were at least 2, if not more, minors that were.
Oh boy.
Yeah, and basically, it was a page where he was like, okay, so people can send nudes, and there were some that he was sending nudes back, and like it was consensual adults and all that. But then came out other accounts saying, okay, so I was 16 at the time, and there were some pages that they didn't have like their age on their page, so he couldn't verify whether they were of legal age or not.
Yeah.
There were some that said that they were underage, and I think it was that Jared said he didn't mind. And yeah, it just became like this whole thing. And dude, his fucking page just started plummeting down. He has supposedly cut ties with Normal Boots, even though they quote unquote mutually have parted ways. A lot of YouTubers were distancing themselves from him. Like, I think any collaboration videos that they've done, they were taken down. Like, I think Gangrams took down their Pro Jared video. And I'm not sure if Normal Boots has taken down their videos of him, because like they literally just did a series with him talking about like which are the best Pokemon from Gen 1 in their series called Madness.
Mm-hmm.
Which is basically like it's like a round table thing, and they discuss like, okay, let's debate this Pokemon's better because whatever. And I don't know, like I just feel bad of like the people that had to go through this shit, especially his ex-wife Heidi.
Yeah.
Which she also brought to people's attention that she knew about the Tumblr page, which is called Sinful Jared. And
bruh.
She was like, so she knew that everyone at the time, like this is still while they were married and all that. So she said that she knew that they were consenting adults, and that it first started off as a joke. And it was no big deal. It was just consenting adults just sending nudes for the hell of it. But then it kind of evolved into this like thing where he kind of groomed a couple fans. Especially when you're a gaming channel, you have like a wide demographic from like young, like let's say kids, to middle school, high school, adults. So it's really dangerous, and it's a weird thing to do in general. Because it's kind of riding on the whole like send nudes meme. Pet? Pet, you there? Pet? Pit. Did you die? Or did you mute yourself by accident? Or did I just have an internet problem and I'm just speaking into the void?
Walter?
There you are.
Okay.
No, because you just went silent and I was just like, oh no. But then like my internet notified me that I was having a connection issue.
That was it. Okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering.
Did you hear me that whole time or no?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
I actually hung up on you.
Oh shit.
Yeah, hang up and call you back.
Yeah. But what was the last thing you heard? I don't know until what point you heard me or not.
It started out just as consenting adults sending nudes, but then it evolved.
Yeah, and she apologized because like when you have a gaming channel, there's a wide demographic. There's kids, middle schoolers, high schoolers, adults, and all that. So it's really dangerous to kind of do that shit. And like they're like unless someone actually states their age and you hope that it's the right one, you can't really verify online how old people are.
Yeah.
And it was writing on the whole like send nudes meme thing.
Gotcha.
But even then, it's kind of like still like a weird thing to do. But as of now, people are saying that his career's done. It's over.
I mean, shit, I can imagine.
Yeah.
Toby!
Yeah, this was one of the issues why I was like, okay, Toby's just gonna be quiet this whole time. No. Hey. I'm gonna kick
Toby,
you out if you don't shut up.
Toby, I love you.
Pat says he loves you, Toby, so you want to be quiet? That's what I thought. He laid right back down.
Damn.
I'm the boss in this bitch. So, aside from that, we have some articles, and I'll just name. I wasn't really creative with these, but we have Beam, I hope not, Ariana Grande, and what the fuck.
Okay, Ariana Grande sounds spicy.
Okay, so let's go with that. So I found out about this yesterday, where Ariana Grande sued for posting paparazzi photos of herself to Instagram.
What?
And it's funny because, like, literally, we were hanging out yesterday, and I was telling you about this whole photography issue that I had.
Yeah.
But
you can name names. It's okay.
No, I'm not going to. That requires me to edit.
Her name is Etna.
Please no. Okay, so a New York-based photographer is suing pop star Ariana Grande for copyright infringement after the singer posted 2 paparazzi photos of herself on Instagram to promote her album. The paparazzo is seeking either the profits earned from the photo or between $2,500 and $25,000 in damages for each photo.
Nah, this nigga just wants money.
That's what I think it was. A photographer is suing Ariana Grande for copyright infringement after she posted 2 paparazzi photos of herself on Instagram, according to documents filed Monday. Back in August, Grande posted an image on the date of her album Sweetener was released. The Instagram post included 2 paparazzi snaps of her carrying a bag with the album name, which is Sweetener. She captioned the post, "Happy Sweetener Day," and according to screenshots, the post got more than 3.3 million likes. Grande posted the same image on Twitter with an identical caption. The photo has since been removed from her Instagram, but a similar cropped version of the image was posted a few days later and remains on her page. And the article just shows like that image, which apparently almost has 2.4 million likes, because, it's Ariana Grande.
Yeah.
The photographer who took the photos, Robert Barbera, has taken issue with Grande's use of the photos without his permission. Quote, Grande infringed Barbera's copyright in the photographs by reproducing and publicly displaying the photographs on the Instagram page, the complaint reads. Grande is not and has never been licensed or otherwise authorized to reproduce, publicly display, distribute, and or use the photographs. Barbera is seeking... Huh?
Continue.
Barbera is seeking compensation in the form of either the profits earned from the photos or between $2,500 and $25,000 in damages for each photo. Grande is not the first celebrity to be sued for posting paparazzi photos of herself. In January, model Gigi Hadid was sued for copyright infringement for posting a photo of herself. In 2018, Jennifer Lopez was also sued for sharing a paparazzi photo of herself on her Instagram story. The same year, a suit was also filed against Jessica Simpson for posting a paparazzo's photo of herself. Khloe Kardashian was sued in 2017 for posting a photo and allegedly cropping out the copyright information. Okay, that's just straight up shit.
Yeah, that's on some shit. But yeah.
Rapper 50 Cent was also sued that year for posting two photos that were taken at one of his concerts, and I think that's the end of the article. So, what do you think, Pitt?
I think it calls a lot of things into question because it's a paparazzi photo, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that gets places, right? That gets put on magazines and shit.
Yeah. It's
so
sold to magazines, I think.
If I took that picture and posted it on my Instagram, would that somehow, would I get sued?
Probably, since technically you also using the picture is in quote unquote infringing on the copyrights as you weren't licensed to use them.
Okay, I guess. I mean, it's kind of weird, but all right.
Yeah. I don't know, like that shit was just so weird when I heard about that. I was just like, what? Especially because like the range from how much money that the photographer wants.
Right.
I mean, like, yeah, I get that this is your life and this is how you make money. Because I'm not super sure how paparazzis really get. I think like they just take pictures and they sell it to magazines. But
pretty sure it knows.
Yeah. But shit like that is just weird. So yeah, that's that story. So we have Beam, I hope not, and what the fuck.
All right, let's do what the fuck.
Okay. Let me put this over here. Yeah. Let's see. Janelle Evans is breaking her silence after being fired from. Hold up. Let me make sure because. No. Hold up. Okay. Okay. I don't know why. Okay, because like, what the main thing is about it doesn't start off with what I want to talk about, but. Okay. Janelle Evans is breaking her silence after being fired from Teen Mom 2. Quote, I was a little bit shocked, but I saw it coming, Evan told Us Weekly. Quote, it's shocking still, but I respect your decision, have nothing but love for MTV. This is a new chapter for me and my family, she added. I will continue to try what's best for me and my family. Evans was fired from the hit docuseries after her husband, David Eason, allegedly shot and killed her beloved dog for biting their 2-year-old daughter in the face.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
That went 0 to 100 out of fucking nowhere, bro.
Yes. Literally. Once we get into this. The reality star said that while their marriage hit a rough spot immediately following the incident, the couple are now working to mend their relationship. Quote, David has been there for me since the news broke. He told me not to worry about it and to stay positive, she said. I'm keeping busy and staying focused on my kids and my animals and my business endeavors, which have been planned for months. I'm working to fix my marriage as well and moving forward. Earlier Wednesday, the 27-year-old mother of 3 issued a statement through her management team. Janelle is focusing on her family and moving forward. Evans' management and representative team tell People in a statement she is very grateful and appreciative for the opportunity MTV has given her and her family for the past 10 years. It is sad to part ways in this matter, but this isn't the end of Janelle Evans or her family. Evans had starred on the MTV series since it premiered in 2011. Where is it? MTV confirms that it has cut ties with Evans in a statement on Thursday. MTV has. Hold on, did they? Hold on. I don't think it. Does it not say what actually happened? Let me see. Okay, they don't go into the details that I wanted to share, but essentially, so this guy is filming for some reason. He filmed like what happened before he brutally murdered this dog, which
Yeah.
was the 2-year-old trying to hug like the dog, which is a French bulldog.
Uh-huh.
And like when animals are uncomfortable, they either like try to nip, even though sometimes they don't want to.
Yeah.
Like I even with Toby, who's sleeping right here, like if you mess with him in like a certain way or whatever, and he doesn't like it, even though he's not the type to bite, he will, or at least try to.
They're animals. That's their only form of defense.
Yeah, and so in the video, you see that the little like he's filming them from across the room, like on another couch,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like, "Oh, baby girl," and then like you see the 2-year-old try to hug it, and like you hear like a yip, like you hear like a yip or
Uh-huh.
whatever, and like the dog try to like either nip or bite at her face or whatever, but nothing really happened. But the girl starts crying,
Mm-hmm.
and from what I heard, this dude grabs the dog by the neck, slams it to the ground,
What the fuck?
starts wailing on it like this an episode of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. He starts like punching the shit out of it,
No.
and I think he threw it across a room, and then eventually got his gun in and shot it. I think 2 times.
Yo, dead ass, bro. Like,
Yeah,
okay, like when you said at first, I thought, oh, maybe it was hurting the baby. Maybe he had to get it off, and that was the only way. It was a big dog.
Mhm.
Nah. The thing was just angry. The fuck?
yeah, and it was just really sad to hear. Like I get it. Like, oh, your daughter could have been hurt, but nothing
Your
really
daughter was
happened.
barely hurt. Your daughter, it was already done. Like, if your daughter got hurt, it was done.
Yeah,
The dog stopped hurting her.
yeah.
Put the dog in the room and, like, give a little pow pow in the ass. That's about it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't, and it was, even then, the harm wasn't even that bad. It kind of just, like, nipped her. Like, that's about it.
Yeah.
Like that was wild, unnecessary.
Yeah, and then he comes out with like oh my god. Yeah, okay. So at least this article has the quote that he put up afterward with that video of
Mm-hmm.
showing like the daughter hugging the dog.
Yeah.
Quote, "I don't give a damn what animal bites my baby on the face, whether it be your dog or mine. A dog is a dog, and I don't put up with that shit at all. I'm I'm all about protecting my family. It is my life's mission. Some people are worth killing or dying for, and my family means that much to me. You can hate me all you want, but this isn't the first time the dog bit Ensley aggressively. The only person that can judge whether or not an animal is a danger to my the only person that can judge whether or not an a animal is a danger to my child is me."
Nigga, then you could have just given the dog away.
No,
That's
he
seriously
just brutally murdered it.
You didn't have to shoot the fucking dog.
Yeah.
That's wild. Nah. This nigga wildin'.
Yeah, like, Jesus Christ. Like, when I heard about the show, I was like, jeez. And, yeah. And I think they're still trying to mend their marriage. I wouldn't.
Yeah, that nigga just sounds abusive. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like, it started with that dog. It's gonna be you, girl.
Yeah, it was just really fucking weird. Hold on a second. Okay. But yeah, so we have 2 more. Do you want I Hope Not or Beam?
Let's do Beam.
Beam. Okay. Beam, beam, beam. Here we go.
Here we go. Satellite radio.
Scientists
Boom.
build laser that can send sounds only you can hear.
Well, that's gonna give me paranoia.
Researchers have developed a way to beam audio messages directly into someone's ear that cannot be heard by anyone else nearby. The method, which transmits sounds through the air with a laser, was recently announced by a team at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology's Lincoln Laboratory. In a paper published by the Optical Society, journal Optics Letters, researchers describe how an individual without any form of receiver equipment can be sent highly targeted audio signals. The entire process is possible thanks to the photoacoustic effect, which, according to the OSA, occurs when a material forms sound waves after absorbing light. The laser interacts with a widely abundant water vapor in order to transmit audible messages. Charles M. Wynn, the Teedleam's researcher, says enough water vapor is present in the air naturally for the system to work in almost any setting.
Okay, interesting.
This can work in relatively dry conditions because there is almost always a little water in the air, especially around people, Wynn said. We found that we don't need a lot of water if we use a laser wavelength that is very strongly absorbed by water. This was the key because stronger absorption leads to more sound. Wynn also states that the system is the first of its kind to use lasers that will not harm an individual's eyes or skin. Relying only on commercially available equipment, the team was able to transmit sound to a target over 2.5 meters away at 60 decibels, which is kind of loud.
Yeah, that's pretty oof.
The MIT researchers believe the system can be made much more powerful with relative ease. The technology could be used for anything from sending emergency messages to individuals in crowds, or even by intelligence agents looking to send sensitive communications out in the open. Dude, that's like the fucking Matrix, even though I never watched that movie.
That's not what was in the Matrix, but okay. The Matrix was not an intelligent spy movie.
But it was about the government. Or whatever the fuck
it really wasn't. Holy shit.
I love making movie references about shit I haven't seen. But it just sounds like one of those like government movies where it's like, oh, we gotta give him a fucking thing or whatever.
You could name like any spy movie. You could have said like
Spy Kids, Game Over, movie. When George Lopez was the villain.
Get out.
Ryan M. Sullenberger, the author of the team's research paper. What?
I can say that now because I'm actually in my house.
But I'm not there.
Same shit.
He hopes that the discovery will eventually be available to a wide range of people. Quote, there are a lot of exciting possibilities, and we want to develop the communication technology in ways that are useful, Sullenberger said. And I think that's the end of it. So yeah, just imagine you have a laser that you can just and be like, hey, so like, you're pretty.
Bro, could you imagine?
Oh my god, imagine incels trying to hit on people using this shit.
That's what I'm saying. Imagine something like that.
I think my enchantress, you're the most beautiful.
Oh, bruh. Y'all keep bringing back my enchantress, and it's always the funniest shit ever.
Because no one calls anyone that, except for that one guy.
I love you. Y'all great.
So, unfortunately, the last article is kind of I don't want to say depressing. It's more disappointing.
I'm always disappointed, Walt, but bring it on.
Same. So, you know who Jim Cummings is, right?
Oh. Voice actor, right?
Yeah. One of the most legendary voice actors, the voice of Winnie the Pooh, Pete, Tigger,
yeah,
fuckload of others. Whew. Winnie the Pooh Disney voice star Jim Cummings accused of rape animal abuse.
Yep, heard about it.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know if I should read into it or not, but what do you think? What do you know of it, rather?
I know nothing of it. I haven't clicked on any articles. I'm just like, who boy?
Oh, you just know about the title?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. So it says here, legendary Disney voice actor Jim Cummings, known for characters like Tigger, Mickey Mouse villain Pete, and Winnie the Pooh, is currently locked in a bitter war with his ex-wife, and she is claiming years of abuse by the star, including sexual assault, drug addiction, and animal abuse.
Shit.
Jim and Stephanie Cummings were married in 2001 and divorced a decade later in 2011. They have 2 minor daughters and have been arguing in an LA County courtroom over alleged incidents of abuse that occurred between 2011 and 2018, after the couple's marriage fell apart.
Damn, then they're still getting into it? Shit.
Yeah. Because sometimes divorce take a fucking long time.
Oof.
Especially when there are kids involved. But it says here, according to documents obtained by The Blast, Stephanie claims that since her divorce from Jim, he, quote, has engaged in physical, sexual, and emotional abuse, including but not limited to death threats, rapes, and various sexual deviant behavior enforced upon me without my consent.
Zoinks. Oof.
Yeah. Stephanie also notes that Jim is a very successful voiceover actor. He has provided voices for films such as Winnie the Pooh, Lion King, and adds that he has done over 250 voices. Yeah, he's very famous in the voice acting world. She claims to have obtained 2 separate domestic violence restraining orders against the 66-year-old star, including an incident on August 31st, 2011, when she says Jim came over to her home and slapped her on the buttocks and forced himself on her in front of their 4-year-old daughter.
Jesus.
He later came upon behind me, she claims, grabbed my arm, spun me around, and forcefully put his hand on the back of my neck and kissed me while holding me in place against the wall.
Wow.
She says after the kiss, Jim asked if she could see him leaking because that's what I make him do when he touches me. Stephanie says she felt humiliated and degraded in front of their child and allegedly reported the incident to the LA County Sheriff, who advised her to get a domestic violence restraining order. According to the documents, Jim did not dispute the incident but remembers it differently than his ex. The Disney star said that he was joking and laughing with Stephanie, and then I touched her slightly on the butt. He says Stephanie gave him a consensual hug and says the whole incident was happy. He added that his ex-wife, who is much taller than I am and a large woman, made no objection to anything.
Wow.
So basically,
Okay.
she fat, she big. She didn't say no. But what's
You
weird
didn't
is
fight
that,
back. You know, I couldn't stop her. You know.
and she couldn't stop me when she could have. But the whole thing is like, this is like, it's weird because like, even though it's been going on for years, it's still he said, she said, even though the wife has more proof than anything.
Yeah.
It says here, Stephanie also claims that she was raped by Jim in 2013 and allegedly filed a police report over the incident but did not give more detail. In open court testimony, Stephanie describes how she entered rehab after the rape for codependency, and Jim showed up to the facility unannounced and was asked to leave.
Wow. Holy shit.
Yeah. She claims that Jim would frequently, without consent, would touch my buttocks, my groin, and my breasts. He would hold me in place, attempting to kiss and fondle me. He would spank me in front of our daughters. He would then follow up by making sexual comments to me that I found repugnant.
Kudos for the word repugnant. Haven't heard that in a while, but
Yeah. Of all the inappropriate comments he allegedly made to the former couple's daughters, Stephanie claims Jim commented that he was allowed to touch mommy's breasts since he had paid for them. Oh, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
Stephanie broke down in tears on the stand while recalling some of the comments made to her by Cummings. I mean, yeah.
No shit.
It's degrading. In documents, Jim addressed the situation, writing in an email to Stephanie, "Shame on you. Your 6 distortions are obscene. Forcing? Please, everyone, Gracie, myself, and especially you, we're all giggling and laughing. It was pleasant to have one moment of lightheartedness. We both erupted into laughter. I'm hardly the first person in the world to point out one catches more flies sick with honey than vinegar. For you to overlay a reference to being a whore is little too telling. Let's get this over with for the love of God."
Jesus.
Whether she was telling the truth or lying, that would not help you in any way.
Right?
Like, literally calling her a whore is a no. Like, the fuck?
Yeah, backpack.
Oh.
I did it.
Oh, jeez. The ex-couple has also been fighting for custody and supports payment. And in legal documents, Stephanie claims Jim would withhold payments of support and, quote, demand sex from me in exchange for meeting his support obligations. Okay, no, he's just trying to make this a whole prostitution thing.
Right?
Even though it's supposed to be alimony, but no. God damn it, Facebook. Anyway.
Same with that.
In 2015, she claims Jim showed up to her home and confronted her while on a date with an off-duty... Stop! Fucking... You know what? I'm closing Facebook because it's going to keep coming up on the capture. Stop. But let me reread that again. In 2015, she claims Jim showed up to her home and confronted her while on a date with an off-duty police officer, and the man was forced to pull a gun to make Jim leave the scene. Jesus Christ, he's becoming more fucking my enchantress by the minute. Stephanie says the constant harassment from Jim resulted in a decline in her health, so in 2017 she moved to Utah with her 2 daughters.
Good for her.
Yeah, during the visit to see the children, she claims Jim asked to stay at the house and she allowed it. However, during the middle of the night, she claims Jim was standing over me with his erect penis in my hand. He was using my hand to stroke his penis with my youngest daughter was asleep on the other side of me. She was 10 years old at the time. Stephanie explained, I told him to stop and get out of the house. He refused. He then came back and did the same thing, insisting I masturbate him or he would wake the daughter up.
Bruh.
I did as he asked, given his threat to wake up my daughter and my worry that I could not control what he would do in front of her. After that incident, Stephanie says she obtained the second restraining order against Jim, which was filed in Utah. In 2018, both Stephanie and Jim testified in court, and the restraining order was issued against Jim for 2 years.
I mean, good shit, dog.
And that's just one of the categories. Now we're moving on to drug use.
Oh, shit.
In the court document, Stephanie says the primary reason James and I were separated was his abuse of alcohol, marijuana, and Adderall. Jeez, just go for everything.
Right.
Stephanie says Jim had a long-standing history of substance abuse, including a stint in rehab in 2005, and on June 10, 2010, he checked in again and stayed on 4 days before checking out. Stephanie said he ended up relapsing and returned to the facility for 5 days before getting, quote, kicked out because he was using Adderall.
How did you get kicked out of rehab, bruh?
No idea. He's like, hey, you're doing drugs. Get out of here.
Hey, I know our job is like to stop you from doing drugs, but you're doing drugs. Get the fuck out.
Yeah, please leave.
Like you are a lost fucking cause.
She claims after the couple split between 2012 and 2018, Jim has showed up at her home, quote, uninvited while intoxicated or high on Adderall. Isn't Adderall supposed to like calm you down and stuff?
Adderall makes you focus. It's ADHD medicine.
Yeah, because like I know like college and high school students use it so that they can focus like on their exams and stuff.
I mean, I actually heard a story about like someone going to a party.
Yeah.
And there are drugs being handed out. And like, okay, cool, I want to try some drugs. And, like everyone is getting high, and they're like, why am I getting high? And then they realize the drugs are Adderall. And they're like, fuck, I have ADHD.
Oh no!
I just paid for drugs to get calm.
Oh no! I mean, yay, because they found out that they had ADHD.
No, they knew that.
Oh, they knew.
They just didn't know that the drug they were taking was Adderall.
Oh, okay.
So like when they realized, they're just like, "Fuck,
I'm calm now."
I just took medication.
Jeez. Jim denied the allegations. Jim denied the allegations were as stated, saying, "I entered that rehab facility voluntarily." However, petitioners claim that it was a binge on alcohol, marijuana, and Adderall is another exaggeration, as I have never taken Adderall. Petitioner, however, has had a long-standing sick history of drug abuse. On the day that Hurricane Katrina hit New Orleans, petitioner and I mutually agreed to check into a rehabilitation facility. He claims the substance abuse consisted of primarily Vicodin as well as alcohol. That's not any better.
Right.
So here we go with animal abuse, everyone's favorite.
Oh boy.
In her argument to get,
I said, here we go.
Here we go. Oh God. Imagine this was Charles Martinet instead of Jim Cummings.
Bruh.
That would also be really sad. In her argument to get full custody of the two children, Stephanie claims Jim once abused the family puppy to the point where it almost died. Jeez. Jesus. No. Don't do that. Stephanie says...
Now we got a John Wick your ass, bruh.
Yeah. Stephanie says she and Jim had purchased a dog and the animal urinated in the house. As a result, Stephanie says Jim took the dog and placed it inside a metal bucket outside of the house on a day which was over 100 degrees, then left it there for a long time. And y'all just let him? What? Adding, the dog came close to dying. Wait, so that means that they saw this happen.
I mean, what were they going to do? This was wildin'.
Jeez. In response to the animal abuse allegations, Jim admitted to the incident, but says, there was an incident where I put a tub, not a metal bucket, over a dog to isolate it briefly as a form of discipline to its behavior at our vet's suggestion, and unfortunately I forgot the dog was there for a while, but then of course I released it. So you're trying to suffocate it?
Right. What?
That doesn't make it any better. You're still trying to kill the dog.
Like, what kind of vet are you going to, bro?
Yeah, I don't think a person whose job it is to, like, make sure your animal's alive like, would say that.
Yo, here's how you suffocate that bitch, bro.
Yeah, you know, just don't let them breathe for 3 hours. That'll teach them to not pee in the house.
Yeah, right? Shit.
Jim says he took the dog to the vet to...
Ah, Jesus.
Huh?
I'm sorry, I'm using a hot glue gun right now and I just burned myself.
Oh, you're working on cosplay stoof?
Yeah.
Jim says he took the dog to the vet and to get checked out and claims it was in fine health. I'm not sure about that. You almost killed it.
I don't know, Jim. You have a history right now.
He's like, no, it's just a punctured lung. It's fine. Walk it off.
Walk it off. I'm done.
She also claims in another incident, Jim had taken a broom to hit the puppy so hard that he shattered the puppy's hip, necessitating surgery.
Jesus.
God. And now we're moving on to ongoing court battle and current situation. So, quote-unquote, update. Stephanie and Jim are currently giving dueling testimony in a Los Angeles courtroom about the years of allegations and ongoing incidents. Jim was actually on the stand for 2 days being questioned by powerhouse attorney Larry Bachman and giving his side of the story. And then there's a picture of him with like papers. He's like, ah! Or whatever.
Okay.
The Disney star says he has tried to work out things amicably with his ex-wife, but says she will have outbursts of hostility directed at me and often change in her behavior and attitude comes without warning. I wonder why.
Right?
Man,
an attitude.
Yeah.
Oh boy, it's almost like you literally sexually assaulted her.
And try to kill the animals and threatened, like, to wake up your daughter to watch her masturbate her... What? You don't do that. It's weird. And gross.
Daughter, bro. Like, nah, son.
Yeah. He has also alleged that she may have a mental health disorder and says she has been taking medication. You have a drug abuse problem. That doesn't make it any better on your end.
Yeah, right, money, like, you wildin'. Like, don't try to, like, redirect that, my nigga. Like,
no, she's crazy. I'm not. I just have an alcohol problem.
I just this, that, and the third, man. Like,
but she's crazy. Jim also very worried about his future with Disney. I fucking wonder why. Claiming Stephanie has threatened to ruin his long-standing career. He claims she threatened, I will go and I will ruin your reputation. I am going to tell people Winnie the Pooh is a woman-beating, drug-addicted freak. And he responded with, oh, bother. He says the recent alleged outburst by Stephanie came after he had refused to take her to the premiere of the Disney movie Christopher Robin in 2018. That does not sound plausible.
It really doesn't.
Like, I get it. You're still technically married to the guy who voiced the bear, but hey, so like, I'm not gonna take you to the premiere. All right, I'll just wait for it to come out on Netflix.
Right?
It'll come out next month anyway. Stephanie has also given testimony and is accusing Jim of currently living with a woman who was once a sex worker. The woman, Peggy Shinky, that's a name, rose to fame as one of the prostitutes who worked with Hollywood madam Heidi Fleiss during a 1990 sting operation. This is very specific. Peggy was one of 4 women who met with an undercover vice officers for Beverly Hills PD. It was a pivotal moment in the Fleiss criminal case. I mean, I don't have context for that, but that sounds like a movie.
Done.
Winnie the Pooh lives with a whore, pays a whore to pretend to be his girlfriend, rapes and abuses the mother of his kids, Stephanie said. She also claims Jim has tried to get her to kill herself and has referred to his 2 daughters as N-word babies.
What the fuck? Is she black?
Let me actually look at that. I don't even know what she looks like. Stephanie Cummings, let's see. Oop, I spelled her name wrong. Stephanie. I don't want her attorney. I want what she looks like. No, she's white.
What the fuck? I mean, it wouldn't be right either way, but like
no. Hold on, let me make sure because I'm getting like a load of like different women, so I'm just gonna put like a picture with them together. Yeah, no, she's white.
Okay, then what the fuck?
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Either way, it's just like what we talked about yesterday, H.P. Lovecraft's cat.
Oh, yeah.
Look that up, but he was a poopy man. for that. She says Jim is a, quote, much smaller version of Harvey Weinstein, who needs help for his alleged addictions. She is making it clear she believes her daughters' lives are in danger around Jim, and she wants full custody of the kids. According to records, the Los Angeles County Department of Children and Family Services have investigated the case and have been in contact with the couple. The Blast reached out to Disney several times before publishing this story. So far, they have not commented, and that is the end of this long story.
But, yeah, that's wild.
Yeah. Like, I feel like there might be a, like, you know how there was the Surviving Michael Jackson Netflix documentary?
Yeah.
I feel like there might be one on Jim Cummings in the near future.
You just have all the Winnie the Pooh voice bits?
Yeah. It has to be voiced by someone else who can do, like, a very good Winnie the Pooh voice.
Walter, are you pitching yourself right now?
No. No, I would just voice it in the Elmo voice, and it's an 1.5 hour long documentary.
Bruh.
Jim Cummings has been accused of sexual assault.
Just imagine that for like more than an hour. Like people would like not want to be on board with it. But yeah, a lot of like the past, like I mean, 2019 has been a lot of like cancel culture. Like some within good reason. But life is just fucking crazy.
That is.
But yeah.
You didn't hear that. I didn't yawn. That wasn't me.
And you didn't hear me fart.
Okay, cool. I'll blame my yawn and your fart on Kaylee.
It's her fault.
Yep.
But yeah. What you think, Pat?
Yeah, no, it's a pretty fucked situation. Like,
which was your favorite article?
Honestly, the Jim Cummings one. Like, holy shit! I'm so glad we left that for last.
Yeah.
For last week. What the fuck?
because it was juicy.
It was juicy.
Oh my god! But yeah, that's why I was kind of excited for like to hear your opinion on it, because I was like, these are all like mostly just messed up articles.
Yeah, no, these shits were wild.
Yeah, but if anything, like, yeah, I don't know. I was just like, ooh, Patrick's gonna have opinions on these.
Well, I did.
Yee.
So you're welcome.
Yee. So, any updates before we close this out? Since we're already like I think over an hour.
Are we?
Yee.
Well, got the plant shoot coming up on whatever Saturday.
This weekend.
Day. This weekend. And then we got the Avengers shoot coming up on the weekend after that.
Yee. So if you want to give me money and also help Pat expand the Marvel universe, come to the Avengers shoot.
Gang, gang.
Please give me money.
Also give me money. Like, not for any reason. Just give me fucking money.
just Venmo me your bank account.
Right? Sure.
But, yeah, this was a pretty fun episode, and it's kind of cool to test the waters to see how, we can do this over Discord and stuff.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Might save a lot of Uber money. Who knows?
This is just how we do the show now.
Well, shit, dog. Like,
I mean, it works out for both of us, technically.
It really does.
But, yee. So, yeah, that's us. We're gonna go have fun in our own lives.
Okay.
And, yee. We'll see y'all next week and shit.
All right.
And I love you.
And I love you.